In a daring aerial operation, a Ukrainian fighter jet pilot launched a devastating strike on Russian positions and ammunition depots along the front line, causing massive explosions that lit up the battlefield. The precision attack left Russian troops scrambling for cover as their defensive lines were ripped apart from above. The pilot, flying at low altitude to evade Russian air defense systems, swooped in with remarkable skill and unleashed a payload of missiles directly onto concealed enemy positions. The explosions that followed were so powerful that they triggered secondary blasts from hidden stockpiles of ammunition. Eyewitnesses on the ground described the scene as apocalyptic. Fireballs erupted into the sky as one Russian field depot after another was engulfed in flame. The shockwaves from the blast rattled windows in nearby villages, with smoke columns rising for kilometers. Russian soldiers, caught off guard by the sudden aerial assault, attempted to regroup but were met with continuous strafing run. The jet tore through the skies like a phantom, diving in and unleashing its cannons before climbing back into the clouds at breakneck speed. Panic spread among Russian infantry units as they realized they were completely exposed in the open field. Some soldiers tried to drag their comrades to safety, but the relentless pressure from above shattered any sense of order. Military sources in Kyiv confirmed that major ammunition depots were obliterated in the operation. Each depot had been critical for supplying Russian troops with artillery shells, rockets, and small arms munitions in the sector. Without them, entire battalions risk being left without the firepower they need to defend their entrenched position. Ukrainian commanders said the destruction of these depots could shift the balance of the local battlefield for weeks, if not months. The fighter jet, believed to be a MiG-29 modified with modern Ukrainian upgrades, evaded multiple attempts by Russian anti-aircraft systems to intercept it. Radar operators desperately tried to lock onto the aircraft, but the pilot's unpredictable maneuvers, sudden drops, sharp turns, and bursts of afterburner kept him one step ahead. Witnesses claimed they saw multiple streaks of Russian surface-to-air missiles fly into the sky, only to miss their mark and explode harmlessly in the distance. Videos released by Ukrainian military channels show enormous mushroom-like explosions tearing through Russian supply line. In one dramatic clip, a Russian ammunition truck caught in the chain reaction is seen flipping violently into the air before being consumed by fire. Another video captures a massive blast so intense that nearby trees were ripped out of the ground, leaving behind a barren crater of destruction. The footage quickly went viral, with many Ukrainians hailing the strike as a moment of national pride and resilience. As the attack unfolded, Russian reinforcements rushed toward the burning depots in a desperate attempt to salvage whatever equipment remained. But they too became target. The Ukrainian jet circled back for another strike, releasing guided bombs that detonated near armored vehicles lined up along the tree line. Tanks and troop carriers erupted in flames, turning the entire zone into a hellscape of smoke, fire, and twisted steel. Survivors staggered away from the carnage, their uniforms scorched and their morale shattered. The psychological impact of the raid was just as significant as the material losses. Russian troops on the ground were reported to be in complete disarray, some abandoning their positions and fleeing deeper into the forest. Fear spread quickly through Russian lines as rumors circulated that more Ukrainian jets were on their way. Radio intercepts later revealed panicked Russian commanders screaming at their men to hold their ground, but discipline was crumbling fast. Military analysts argue that the strike demonstrates Ukraine's growing capability to conduct precision aerial warfare. Despite Russia's overwhelming numerical superiority in aircraft, the operation underscored the ingenuity of Ukrainian pilots who have adapted old jets into deadly strike machines capable of slipping past Russia's most advanced radar systems. Analysts suggested that this mission was not only a tactical success, but also a symbolic one, showing the world that Russia's supposed invincible supply network could be brought to its knees. For Russian commanders, the destruction of their depots represents a major setback. Ammunition shortages have already been reported on several fronts, and the loss of these critical supplies could severely limit their ability to launch offensives in the coming weeks. Some intelligence sources suggested that the depots contain stockpiles reserved for an upcoming counterattack. If true, the strike may have derailed an entire operation before it even began. Kyiv officials praised the unnamed pilot as a hero, emphasizing that such daring missions are key to weakening Russia's grip on occupied territory. Every destroyed depot means fewer shells falling on Ukrainian cities and soldiers, one Ukrainian defense spokesperson stated. They also hinted that more strikes of this kind could follow, suggesting that Russian supply lines will remain under constant threat from above. In the aftermath, reconnaissance drones surveyed the smoking ruins of the depots, confirming the scale of devastation. Craters several meters deep marked the impact zones, while blackened shells and destroyed armored vehicles were scattered across the field. Drone footage showed Russian recovery teams cautiously approaching the area, only to retreat when unexploded ordnance continued to detonate sporadically in the burning wreckage. The mission's success has boosted morale among Ukrainian troops and civilians alike, serving as a reminder that even under constant pressure, Ukraine's pilots are capable of striking deep into enemy lines and crippling their war machine. For many, the image of a lone fighter jet soaring back into the clouds after devastating Russian strongholds will become yet another symbol of Ukraine's resilience in the face of overwhelming odds.